I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Donald Trump is in complete panic mode following the Fulton County grand jury issuing a sprawling indictment against him and 18 other co-defendants who, as alleged in the criminal indictment, formed a criminal enterprise to try to overthrow free and fair elections in Georgia and in the United States and sought to topple our democracy. Donald Trump has gone full-fledged pillow guy, is how it's being described on MeidasTouch.com, as Trump spreads some of his most deranged conspiracies, yet stating that he is going to hold a super big press conference where he's going to reveal real reports that are going to show that everything that he said is true about the 2020 election, where everything he said has been debunked by his former vice president, his attorney general, his former lawyers, the actual ones who were normal, mostly all of his cabinet, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, and also debunked by two groups that his political action arms separately hired, paid each close to $1 million. They prepared reports back in connection with the 2020 election and told Donald Trump, respectively, that his claims and allegations of fraud capable of overturning the election results was not true and that he was spreading dangerous lies. Those were the reports that Donald Trump himself commissioned. But here he is, posting on his social media platform the following. He writes, "A large, complex, detailed, but irrefutable report on the presidential election fraud, which took place in Georgia, is almost complete." It's like infrastructure week, everybody, or it's like his healthcare plan that never came into existence. It's almost complete. And it will be presented by me at a major news conference at 11 a.m. on Monday of next week in Bedminster, New Jersey, based on the results of this conclusive. He needs that to be in caps because he thinks, I guess, that he believes that makes it more persuasive. All charges should be dropped against me and others. There will be a complete exoneration. They never went after those that rigged the election. They only went after those that fought to find the riggers, he says. And then his next post is, or the one before that was, you guessed it, a fundraising post. And it says, "Not guilty, contribute. I've been indicted for a fourth time. Please make a contribution." That's what Donald Trump posts on his social media platform. Please make a contribution. What? So you can spend $40 million or more in the next 6 months on legal defense fees? I mean, some of these MAGA supporters just must love being the mark at this point. So Donald Trump can spend their money on his own legal fees or for Melania's hair and makeup. By the way, you had the governor of Georgia, Governor Kemp, issued a response and stated, "The 2020 election in Georgia," this is from Brian Kemp's Twitter, "The 2020 election in Georgia was not stolen. For nearly 3 years now, anyone with evidence of fraud has failed to come forward under oath and prove anything in a court of law. Our elections in Georgia are secure, accessible, and fair, and will continue to be as long as I am governor. The future of our country is at stake in 2024, and that must be our focus." That is the Republican governor of Georgia. And despite his view that Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy, despite his statement today that Donald Trump is completely lying and committing further crimes about the 2020 election, Kemp would be like, you know what? You know, those Democrats are out there lowering prescription drug prices, making healthcare more accessible, making education more accessible, improving people's quality of life, making better paying jobs, supporting unions, improving working conditions, protecting veterans, protecting seniors, protecting Social Security, protecting Medicare, fighting for students, focusing on a woman's right to control her body. You know, Brian Kemp is like, well, on the one hand, we've got Donald Trump a fascist criminal seeking to overthrow American democracy. On the other hand, you've got President Joe Biden, who's putting forward an infrastructure project that's resulting in a lot more jobs in Georgia. Where should I vote? I mean, you have Brian Kemp still saying that he would support Donald Trump, even after all of these statements he's making. Completely pathetic.
¿Estás disfrutando de mi podcast? Thanks to Babbel, I know what that means. Do you? 1 in 5 Americans have learn a new language on their bucket list. Now, if that's you, check it off the list this summer with Babbel. Because with Babbel, you start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. That's right. This summer, you can start speaking a new language with Babbel. Now, why Babbel? Because it works. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a private tutor or fooling yourself with language apps that are a little more than just games, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 150 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Babbel is designed by real people for real conversations. All of Babbel's tips and tools for learning a new language are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching. Babbel's courses are super convenient. They've helped me learn real-life conversation skills on my schedule. Now I'm going on vacation later this year, and I definitely feel more confident in my Spanish-speaking abilities for the most everyday and important tasks, like ordering food or asking for directions, you name it. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology, this helps you improve your pronunciation and accent, an absolute game changer. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove that Babbel is better. For instance, one study shows that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. With over 10 million subscriptions sold, Babbel is real language learning for real conversations. Now, here's a special limited time deal for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/Meidas. Get 55% off at babbel.com/Meidas, spelled BABBEL.com/Meidas. Rules and restrictions may apply.
And speaking of pathetic, then Donald Trump's next post is witch hunt! Exclamation point. And again, just to show you, in addition to his criminality, in addition to the fact that he is a traitor, a malignant, narcissistic sociopath, we just put that aside just for a scintilla of a second. He's also just the most whiny, petulant baby in the world. Witch hunt! Witch hunt! Exclamation point. It's just like, shut up. Be quiet and just act like a frickin' adult for a moment, please. And you're a criminal traitor and treasonous idiot. Donald Trump, earlier when the indictment were first issued, this was his post. So the witch hunt continues. 19 people indicated, because Trump does not know how to spell indicted. 19 people indicated tonight, including the former president of the United States, me, just needs to remind everybody of the disgrace he caused the White House, by an out-of-control and very corrupt district attorney who campaigned and raised money on, I will get Trump, and what about those indictment documents put out today long before the grand jury even voted, and then quickly withdrawn. Sounds rigged to me. Everything's rigged to him. Sounds rigged to me. Why didn't they indict 2.5 years ago? Because they wanted to do it right in the middle of my political campaign. Witch hunt! Exclamation point. The sentence could have ended if it said, because they wanted to do it right, meaning law and order, with evidence, with facts, with a special purpose grand jury preparing a report that took about 8 months because you spend tens of millions of dollars for lawyers for your co-conspirators and witnesses who filed appeals and filed motions trying to block their testimony. But Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis prevailed and was able to get the testimony, then bring it before a grand jury. But, you know, everything with Donald Trump is a personal attack. It's bullying, it's lies, it's attacking the integrity of our elections. Then there was the post he made earlier in the day before the indictment. Why is phony like a perfect phone call? Fani Willis, the severely under, get it? Ha 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 ha. Just shut up. severely underburdened DA who is being accused of having an affair with a gang member of a group that she is prosecuting, leaking my name. Donald Trump created a defamatory allegation against Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis because he's such a misogynistic piece of you-know-what that he lied and said that she had a sexual affair with the gang member. Then he's like, it's been reported. Why? Because you said it in New Hampshire at one of your traveling fascist circus events. Just referencing himself. And then, of course, he attacked the witness before the grand jury, Jeff Duncan. He is just a lawless, out of control maniac. But when you look at Trump's posts, right, from today, I'm holding a press conference. Doesn't it just give you that My Pillow guy, that Mike Lindell, just deranged energy? That's who the MAGA Republicans are. Like, here was Mike Lindell posting a video of himself at the same time. He's not reading Trump's post here, but it looks like he could be. Here, play this clip of Lindell.
Springfield, Missouri, ready for the big event, this election summit, August 16th and 17th, this Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on frankspeech.com. You guys need to watch this. Everybody, we need to spread the word. We're going to reveal the plan that's going to secure our elections immediately. We're going to be live streaming in 85 languages around the world. So please share this out now, and God bless you all. Thanks.
And I'll just show you one more clip of Lindell. Again, this is Donald Trump. You got Lindell, Trump. This is the Republican Party, the MAGA Republican Party, folks. Fascism plus idiocracy equals the MAGA Republican Party. Here, play this other clip of Lindell.
Any other questions? Fox, you got a question there? I know you just get. Well, I know, but I don't know how to say. Okay. Fox, I'm going to put this out to Fox. Fox, could you please show up for the Cyber Symposium and report the news once? You're here today. All of you investigators, why didn't any of you go to Dominion and talk to Dominion and say, hey, why won't you show us?
There you have it, folks. Trump in complete panic mode. Embarrassing. It's a national embarrassment that the Republican Party has become this way. I frankly would prefer a normal Republican Party, that there could be normal debates between two major political parties. But no, you've got MAGA Republicans acting like Trump and talking about their view that the Barbie movie is a communist plot and Mr. Potato Head and gas stoves and waking up talking about bathrooms all day and Hunter Biden's nudes. It's just so bizarre. And of course, their constant praising of the cult of Trump. So weird. We're just going to call it out, folks. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers. Also, check out MeidasTouch.com, the new home of all things MeidasTouch. Check it out, MeidasTouch.com. Now hit subscribe on our YouTube.
Hey, Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.